Hello, everybody. My name is Louis Lee, and this is Concrete and Campfire with my man Arco. What's up, Arco?
Hello, hello. Good to see you guys.
Yeah. So, me and Arco are really excited to come on and do this every couple weeks. Um, we try to learn things during the weeks or week, and so we can come back and tell you guys. So I'm traveling. I'm heading to Vegas in the school bus, and I'm learning things, on the road. I broke down Thursday, and we're just now getting back on the road. It wasn't a major breakdown, but enough to hold us up for a couple of days. So, so having all the stuff in my bus, solar and batteries and everything that we can live with, we were okay for 3 days, not plugged up. Yep.
I mean, basically, it's a mobile home. You're sitting out there on the side of the road, wherever you're at, broke down or wherever. You got to.
Yeah, we were at a tow truck place. I could have plugged up. They asked me if I needed to plug up. I was like, no, I'm good. Sun shining. So our solar took over, and we did good.
That's awesome. What's up, Wayne?
So tonight we're talking about getting lost in the woods, and we take it for granted that you walk into a woods, 10, 20 feet, that you're going to be okay, and it's not always that way. And Arco has some statistics. Tell him what you were telling me.
I was just telling him a minute ago that I've read stories. I read a lot of stories about survival and whatever, because that's what I used to teach survival classes in California years ago. And I'm actually talking about getting back into it thanks to you, Louis, starting to teach classes again and stuff. So I've been out in the woods training, and you guys will see some videos coming up real soon. And I've heard a lot of stories where people get out of their tent or pull off the side of the road in their car and shut their car off and walk out in the woods, or they're, out of their tent or out of their car, out of the woods, maybe 10, 20 feet to go pee or to go to the bathroom. And they turn around and they're absolutely 100% lost. And anywhere from a day to 2-3 weeks out in the woods because they had to go pee or go to the bathroom, out in the woods. And they turn around. And I was just telling Louis that, anytime I'm walking into the woods, I even do this in town. I'll catch myself doing this in town where I'm always watching my back anyways, but I'll turn around and watch my back and get a visual of what it looks like in the woods when I'm walking down a trail, or even if I go off trail, every so many steps, I'll turn around and get a visual of where I'm at and kind of like a mental note. And a lot of times I'll draw, like when I'm going on a long hike or walk in the woods, I'll actually take out my notepad and my compass and I'll set a bearing. And then I'll write it down on my notepad and I'll put it in my pocket and keep walking. That way, if you do get kind of turned around or whatever, you can pull that out and see where you're at, or, by turning around and seeing the stuff that's behind you, you can make a mental note of where you're at and, hopefully you don't get lost or whatever.
Right. My man pees in the tent. Oh, tire. I'm sorry.
Midnight Customs.
Yeah. So my son does a lot of hiking, and he bought one of those Garmin watches, and it's pretty nice. But if everything goes down, all the power goes down, you're stuck. But it is pretty nice though to have. I mean, I think he can mark spots where it'll take him. When he's hiking, it'll mark spots where he can get back.
Yeah, but I mean, like that's a perfect example though. It's like they say you can depend on technology until technology is not there. If it goes down, if something happens, if there's a blip in your watch, or the power, the battery dies, whatever. I mean, people depend on technology too much, know, and you're going out in the woods, looking at the Garmin, looking at your watch, whatever. I mean, even looking at a compass. I have one of my compasses that was giving me problems a while back. I was just showing Ben this the other day, and it's got a big bubble in it. And what happened is it froze, and that's why I don't like liquid compasses. I like to get compasses that do not have the liquid in it, because here in Minnesota, once it gets down to like 25, 30 below zero, it'll swell that liquid up, and then pretty soon it's got a big bubble in it, and it actually affects it by not a lot, but your declination will be off on your compass, where you'll be setting a bearing on one compass and you look at another compass right next to it, and it's off like 2 degrees, which is not a lot, but in 2, 3, 4, 5 miles, that 2 degrees is, you're talking 150, 250 feet, I mean, that could be a lot. Get you lost quick,
Oh yeah. So I really haven't played around with compass too much. So I need to really learn how to use it.
I actually just started reading some more on it, and like I was telling you earlier, is I'm retraining myself on because I forgot a lot of stuff, because you can't remember everything, man, if you're not doing it every single day. But there's a lot of stuff that I've been like second guessing myself on. I'm like, you know what, if I second guess myself on something, I'll go back and read up on it, or relearn it, or go out and train in the woods and relearn that skill just because of that,
Yeah. Yeah.
And Heidi's always asking me, like, how do you read maps, and like, how do you do this? And I'll show her on compasses, and she gets really confused, and it can be confusing, but once you learn it, I mean, it's like riding a bike. It's super simple, and you'll never forget it,
Yeah. I bought an atlas for the bus just in case all the technology goes down. And Trey, she looks at it and she's like, "This is like Chinese." So I'm trying to teach her how to navigate a little bit.
I still haven't sent that package off to you guys, man. It's still sitting over my shop.
Oh, no worries.
I'll get it out to you guys.
Yeah, we're gonna be out west until the spring, so don't worry about it. No rush.
Oh, it must be nice.
Man, look, I'm going out there trying to make some money, man. This bus is killing me.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
I gotta start generating some cash. My budget. I put my budget together, but things keep jumping in it. You know what I mean? Like the bus breakdown and so I gotta up my my income a little bit. Not much. I don't have to live. I don't have to have a lot to live, but
That's nice that you're off grid though on the bus. Where you can go out. Now you can go out and get lost on purpose. You can be in your bus and go out somewhere and just be like, go off grid, and you still have your solar panels and everything to stay off grid. That must be really nice,
Yeah, it really is. It's comforting, and we got a big water tank too. We got a 100-gallon water tank, and so we can hold water for a while. We got a lot of storage where we can have extra food, and if we really want to go off grid, I mean, we could really stack up and go.
Man, you got 100-gallon on that thing of water?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's awesome.
And the 100-gallon waste tank. But if we're out in the desert, I would pull the plug and let it roll. Yeah. Yeah, we're having a great time, man. We're loving it, except for the breakdowns. That puts a real damper on you, man. You got to call a tow truck. But I got the insurance to the like AAA.
Yeah.
So that saved me on that, but I still had to pay the guys to work on it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep.
So stuff like that starts to add up a little bit. We're at a Cracker Barrel right now. It's one of the safe places for RVs to park. Cracker Barrel.
I've actually heard that, or maybe it was you that was telling me that.
Yeah, so we have another couple in their bus. They're following us in their bus. So we're both parked here. We'll stay here overnight and then take off in the morning and keep heading west.
That's gonna be sweet.
Yeah, we're in Arkansas right now.
Oh man, there, watch out.
Right. Keep your ear out for that song. What's that song called?
Hear deliverance going on.
Yeah.
You see some of Brandon's family back there, man, or Wayne Reynolds' family. Uh-oh, they already got him. Look, he froze up.
For some reason, I think my satellite keeps cutting in and out. I keep losing you.
He asked if you have an Arkansas socket set. Yeah, I appreciate all you guys showing up tonight, though.
All right, I'm back, I think.
Yeah, you're back now. Yeah.
Out. My satellite, man, it's showing full bars, but it keeps cutting out on me. So what was Midnight talking about? Let's see.
He asked if you had a Arkansas socket set.
Uh-oh. What is that?
Hey, you gotta chime in on that one, Brandon.
You want to put everybody's thing on the
What's that say right there? Pine Bluff?
That's right in your face. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Nope.
It's a
Covering
crescent
you up.
ridge. I always call it a Mexican socket set. So
Wait, what was it? I missed it. What does it
a
mean?
crescent ridge. A crescent ridge.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we were talking about being lost though out in the woods, and what would you do? I think a lot of people start to panic, and that's one of the worst things to do. Just kind of stay put. And
Yeah.
Heidi and I were watching a thing the other night where these people, these brothers and sons and fathers and whatever, and they were lined up deer hunting, and they were 100 foot apart. Every one of them went about 100 foot and then went into the woods, and they all sat like on a stump or a log or a rock or whatever. So they're 100 feet apart, and something happened where they went to go get the dad, and he was completely gone. Never found him again. And that's been like however many years, and it's like 100 foot in the woods, and you get lost away from your whole party, and everybody's screaming and yelling and honking their horns, shooting their guns, trying to find you. And it's like, man,
wow,
you got to pay attention,
Yeah.
And that's where, like, when I get into the woods, I know it sounds funny, but my sight, hearing, even my taste, everything gets different because I think my senses, my senses heighten. It's almost like animalistic instincts or something kind of kick in, and I try to pay attention to every little noise and whatever, which I know that could freak you out in the woods too, though. I mean, that could kind of work against you, start scaring you, and getting you worked up.
So, what's some things that you might be able to do to help that if you don't have like a compass, or if you don't have like most people don't think they're going to get lost, so they don't carry extra stuff like tissues to mark something. What would you like? What kind of things would you suggest if you had to go into the woods?
If you had to go in the woods and you didn't have nothing on you, you mean?
Yeah. Like say you went to go pee, and you say,
Yeah.
you know what, I better mark a tree or something, or I better do something so I can get back.
I would say that what you just said right there, mark a tree or whatever. A lot of times, if you start breaking branches and make them very, very obvious, don't just like break a little tiny branch. Or if you have some way to mark your steps when you're going out in the woods, break a branch, or take a branch off a tree and throw it down on the ground. Because when you're walking through the woods, if you look down, a lot of times, yeah, there's broken branches and stuff. But if you have a broken branch that's broke up and thrown down on the trail, when you turn around to go back that way, you're going to see that branch, like leaving breadcrumbs almost, There's tons of ways, you could, a lot of people use flagging tape, which, you're not going to go, if you're going to go pee or go to the bathroom or something, you're not going to go that. But here's another, this is kind of a funny one, but if you're carrying toilet paper, take a little bit of toilet paper and drape it over a tree where you're kind of walking out to the woods. So you know how to get back to your tent. And, obviously there you go. You got toilet paper, clean up your mess on the way back, grab your toilet paper, throw it in the fire when you get back,
Yep. So that's things that we're bringing to people's attention to start thinking that way. Even if you're just going, to go pee, you gotta kind of have that in your mind that you might get too deep.
Yeah, and it happens. I mean, every day,
like you were saying, that you bumped your head. Like, you can walk in and hit your head on a tree, and now you're really lost because you're dizzy and you're turned around.
So they're perfect example, like Heidi and Louis were talking about earlier. I was in the woods with my dog, and this was about I guess it was about 8 or 9 years ago, and I was way in the woods, probably I'd say a quarter mile or something like that, behind our shop, and headed towards the river. And I actually had to call Heidi and be like, you need to get me out of here. Like, tell me how to get out of the woods or whatever. But it kind of didn't dawn on me until after we talked about it. But right before that, my dog got scared. I was going across this log, and I had my backpack on, and my axe was sticking up with a sheath on it, but the back part was right here. So when my dog got panicked and she took off across this log, and she kind of buckled my leg a little bit, well, I kind of went back and hit the pack on the log, and then when I fell, I kind of like landed right in the water. And it was only, just a little tiny creek, but you're talking 25 below zero. So that right there's a panic situation. You got to get warm quick. So you got to build a fire. Well, when I came down that axe, not the sharp part, but the back part of the axe, because like I said, I had a sheath on it. It smashed me in the back of the head. And I mean, I was sitting there like this, almost to the point of crying, man. It hurt so bad, just whacked me in the back of the head. I had a big old knot, and I mean, I was seeing stars. It like about knocked me out, and of course, my dog lands on top of me and everything else. And so I jumped out of the creek. And that's actually when we teach survival classes, man in the creek is one of the things that we teach. And that's one of the videos I'll be doing as soon as it gets a little bit colder. And that's where, like, when you're hiking or you're out in the woods and you fall through the ice and you fall and you're soaking wet and you fall in the ice or the water or whatever, and you have to get out and make a quick fire. Well, that's exactly what I had to do that day. I got out and I mean, I was drenched, real cold, real wet, shivering real violently, Yeah. And I always keep my fire still on me. And I actually just got a new one. I got a new fire still the other day. It's the same exact one that I've carried for like 30 years. And then I put fire cord right here. I made a new piece of that. I actually changed the fire cord today because I had the orange on there and it was bugging me. I could see it all the time. Yeah. But I got a new fire still. So if you have a fire still and you fall in the water, well, you pull a lighter out, you're going to be doing this. You can't get a lighter to light, if you guys know that. Matches, they're wet, you're screwed. A fire still, you drop in the water, you pull this out, you start scraping that with your knife or rock, glass, whatever, however you want to make a fire, you're going to have a fire. Fire still will never let you down when you get out of the water. You can leave this in the water for 5 years and get out and strike a fire with it,
Yeah, I'm working on a design for my multi-tool case, and I'm out of the fire still in there too.
Sweet.
And a pen and a flashlight. So I'm gonna have all four things on it.
Speaking of that, I want to talk to you about some designs I had some ideas for. I wanted to ask you if it would be something that you could do with one of my fire steels and some deals to carry on your pocket. I was thinking about making some clips because I know this kind of goes like way out from what we're talking about right now, but it reminds me of like being in Disneyland years and years ago. We went up in the air and I got all my stuff clipped in my pockets all the time. And for that reason, and I was watching one of those, it's on that boat where you go up like this. And I was watching all these cell phones and stuff fall out, money and jewelry and just stuff flying out of people's pockets. Yeah. And that's kind of what it goes back to. Is I was watching this deal the other day and a guy was talking about something and he showed a thing on his pocket. And long story short, having a clip like that, on a, they never make them on fire steels and stuff. It'd be neat to make one where you could clip it in your pocket, on a piece of paracord or whatever,
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
Different setups. I'll talk to you about some of that stuff later, but I got some ideas about some of that kind of crap. Hey, Bill.
So everybody in the chat, when we find stuff that we can put in on the website, stuff that you can buy, we'll add it to the website, like fire steels and all the stuff that we talk about on here. We're going to try to get it on the site so you'll have places to go get it.
And also, I'll see if I can get Heidi to start doing this because we've been talking about this too. In the store or whatever we decide to set up or whatever, they have the Amazon links of the stuff that I use out in the woods, like our backpacks, fire steels, our belts, any equipment that we use, our boots, like brunt boots, any of your stuff that you use out in the woods or in Lewis's situation, like urban stuff, what does he use on his bus and whatever, kind of start putting some of that stuff in the links,
Yeah, that'd be nice. Let's see, Wayne. Somebody wants some pizza. So the website, let me pull this up real quick. All right, so Arco is it up?
Yeah.
So Arco has been adding videos. Oh wait, I didn't put them over there yet. But anyway, I'll be putting the videos that are on YouTube over here, so they'll be here. So you can come to our website, and then these links will take you to the YouTube channels. So I'll get that all set up over there. But please go check out the website and contact us, and this will give us all your information. So anytime we post anything or add stuff to the website, we can send you an email and alert you what's going on.
Awesome.
Yep. And please go to the YouTube channel and subscribe, because that will help our channel grow. And if our channel grows, that means that we're going to do a whole bunch of stuff.
We'll be able to offer you guys more stuff.
Yeah.
We are working on trying to get some like survivalists, bushcrafters, people like that on here. I've been talking to a few people. Right now, everybody's kind of crazy busy just because we're going into winter. But I'm hoping to get some different people on here where we can get some people on the website, or not the website, the YouTube channel. So when we're doing some of the lives, we can have somebody on here, you know, talking about experiences and skills and whatever. Should be pretty fun.
Yeah, that'd be nice. And also, we're trying to get people that's had some bad experiences too. You know, come on and tell us what happened to them, so to help us not fall into the same situation.
I would love to hear that, like some of your experiences out in the woods or even in the urban situations, you know, stuff that's happened.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be a lot of fun, because then you hear different things that happen to different people, and then you learn from that, like Lewis was saying, and you start learning what gear to carry on you at all times, and, you know, how to react to it when something happens.
Yep. And, you know, I was at the Bass Pro Shop a couple of days ago. We stopped in, and there's so much stuff. It's kind of overwhelming. You know what I mean? So I was thinking if we could maybe do something here on the website where it'll take some of that away from, you know, when you walk in, you'll know exactly what to go get, instead of, you know, walking around. I was walking around like, man, this is so much stuff. You know, you don't know what's good, what's not. So we're trying to work that out too.
Hey, next time you're in there, if you don't mind, like if anytime you're in some of those, I didn't even think about it till right now when you just said Bass Pro Shops, because I was just in a survival military surplus store yesterday, and Heidi and I were in there digging around. And so anytime you're like in Bass Pro Shops or whatever, film a little bit of it. They'll let you film in there. They don't care.
Okay.
And you know, because you're giving them advertisement, but at the same time, if you see something that you're interested in or have questions on, or I'll do the same thing. I'd like to see what people think about that brand, or what they think about that tool or survival, whatever, you know, tool or whatever, their opinions on it and what they think about it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I know, like when I pick out gear, I'm very picky on the gear. For instance, you know, I won't carry like a cheap Chinese pocket knife on me. I mean, I will if I'm using it for work, but I always have one in my other pocket that is my, I don't want to say survival knife, but my go-to knife in case of an emergency at all times.
Right.
And I'm kind of stuck on, like yesterday we were looking at them in that store. I broke my M21 CRKT. That's been in my pocket for, man, like probably 30 something years. And I finally just smoked it the other day, and I can't fix it. And I actually had Gene Shadley try to fix it, and a couple other guys, and they said, hey, this thing's kind of screwed up, you know, which almost made me cry, because I was like, man, that's my knife, man. But the newest one that I've been carrying is this is a SR1 light, and this is a cold steel. And I have beat this thing to death. It has a 1/4 inch solid, 1/4 inch thick blade, and this has the capabilities to, you know, strike a fire steel. It's got a 90-degree spine right here, and it's really, really sharp on the back. And I use that to actually, I'll try to do a video on this, matter of fact. And I actually use the spine to make like real fine feathers and whatever, or crumbs, whatever you want to call them, dust, to strike a fire with fire steel with this knife. And I've batoned with this knife and everything else. And so out of all the knives, out of all the years that I've carried them, this thing's kind of keeping up with my M21 CRKT. So I'm pretty jazzed about that. And I like it. It's got a low carry, just like my other knife has. A low carry pocket clip. It never catches on anything. You put it in your pocket, you don't know it's there. And it's got the ambidextrous thumb deal here.
Yeah.
So you can open it really easy. And the other thing I like about it too is it's It flips open without anything, you know.
Spring
so if you're
assist.
there, no, it's not spring assist. See,
Oh yeah.
it's not spring assist, but it's so like you can just flip it open like that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is a badass knife, man. And I got this on sale on eBay. I think this was I think $59, so $60 on eBay. And this guy was selling them, and I never had one, and I started carrying this one. I've had this actually in my pocket for about 4 years now, and really, really like it. It does.
What's
have
the name of it again?
It's a CR1. I'm gonna see if I can put this up there so you can see it. I don't know if you can see that in the light. There you go.
Oh yeah.
It's a CR1 light cold steel. Absolutely badass knife. And it comes like scalpel razor sharp when you get it. I beat the piss out of this thing. I actually had to re-profile it the other day because I beat it up so bad. And now it's pretty sharp. I hate a dull knife, you know?
Yeah. So, at Bass Pro Shop, I bought a sharpener. That's one thing I did get. Sharpener. Sweet. And I bought those little can openers that you told me about.
Oh yeah.
What are they? PR1 or is that what
P38s and P38s and P51s. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I didn't realize they were that small. Let me see if I think I threw it right here in the drawer. Hold on.
In the drawer? Come on, man.
Well, I'm in the box. I didn't have a chance to put it in my stuff yet. Oh, here we go. I didn't realize how small they were. But this thing's little. Wait.
Yeah. Yeah, you won't believe how many different uses you have for those, though. There goes your wacky camera again. Watch.
Yeah, I'm trying to turn it off. Wait a minute. There's hand signals that you do, and it will turn on and off, but I forget what they are. I know to turn it on, you put your hand up like this. Oh, I'm going to do it again. But
it almost
moved. Did it move?
Yeah, it started going back the other way. Yeah.
There we go.
There you go. Yeah. Hey, Mo, hi, Mo, by the way. So Foothill Mo, I think she was asking about those also. I don't know if she ever got one or whatever. I think she has a P38, but she was saying she was going to look into the P51s. And they're actually cool. I mean, those can openers, I mean, all the Vietnam vets and everything carried them, you know, that's what they had in Vietnam. And to this day, those old men, you know, back from Vietnam era, they're still carrying those can openers, you know?
Yeah, I never knew about them until you said something. But I need to put it on my keychain. I didn't realize how small they were. And I got to figure out how to use it. I got to go watch your video.
Yeah. I should send that to you to check it out.
I think you did already. I'm going to go back and check it.
Oh, I think I did, yeah. So Wayne Reynolds was saying I collect knives, so for me it's the knife of the day, meaning every day he grabs a different knife, and he sent me some really amazing knives. I actually have 3 of your knives that you sent me. I got those out at my cabin, and then the other ones that you sent me, those are here. I use those all the time. I've been wanting to get back into using my Swiss Army knife that Heidi sent me because I've been getting frustrated with. In my left pocket, I carry, and like I said, I call it my survival knife, but I don't know what you consider it. This is that one I showed you at the restaurant, and this has got fire cord. But what happens is, you can probably hear it now. I just cleaned it out. But it gets sand and grit and stuff when I'm out in the woods or when I'm welding and grinding, and then what happens is it grinds on the blade and it dulls it really bad. So like right now it's sharp, but it's not like it, you know, where I had it sharp, you know. Usually this thing is, I mean, and I'm not like bragging, but usually you can like shave with this knife. It's that sharp, the little Mora, you know, and it's a little tiny short Mora, but you know, don't let the size fool you. Oh yeah. And it's got a 90-degree spine also for striking the fire steel, and it's got a Kydex sheath. It didn't come with the sheath. I actually ordered this on eBay, but I like to, you know, when I'm out in the woods, I'll put this like this, and I'll drop it right here. And then if I'm, you know, doing something, you just pull it out like that, boom, you know, so it's right here with you, whatever.
So I've been looking for a fixed blade. I haven't seen anything I liked yet, but I like that. I think I like that.
Well, I mean, I like it because you can carry a fixed blade in your pocket. You know, it's not too big, and it stays straight up and down in your pocket. That's the other reason I like it. check into matter of fact, it's a cold steel. Look at cold steel fin hawk, cold steel fin bear. Oh man, those are, I don't know, Wayne Reynolds, I don't know if you've checked those out, but they are scalpels. Like they're Scandi grind, and that's what this is, Lewis. This is a Scandi grind. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. So being that it's Scandi grind, you can see how like it's like a scalpel, you know, there you go. Okay. And this thing, I mean, this, you can cut paper with this, you can shave your face with these are absolutely ridiculous sharp. The Moras, sharpest knives I've ever owned. The fin bear and fin hawk are actually sharper than that. And they're very reasonable, and you can get them where you can carry them in your pocket, the short ones, or you can carry, they make a fold open survival knife now, and it's a badass knife.
Oh yeah.
And I was going to bring it out today and I got sidetracked, but I found some of my gear and I want to start doing this again because I used to do it a lot. I used to carry on my gear all the time. I would buy, I just ran out. That's why I think I don't have it on some of my gear. I used to buy on eBay. They have these sheets of stickers. They're like a cardstock size, and you cut them in strips and peel the back off. And once you stick it on something, like you cannot get it off. It's like that 3M tape or something, you know?
Yeah.
And it stays on there really, really good, but it's glow in the dark. So when you're out in the woods, you just hold it up to the light or hold it up to a flashlight. And then when you sit your knife down or any of your gear, and I know this sounds funny, but even my headlamp, I'd put those strips on it because you shut your headlamp off and you're out in the woods and it's dark. You take your headlamp off, you sit it down.
Yep.
You just lost your whole light source out in the woods in the dark. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everything, like all your stuff, man, your backpack, put those glow in the dark strips on them, you know, from those deals I was telling you about.
Where do you get those at?
I found them on eBay. I'll try to find the link and send them to you. They're really cool. It's like cardstock and you get 3 of them and they do a lot of gear because you only cut out like a little 1/2-inch strip, you know, and you just take a razor blade, cut a strip and then peel the back of it off and stick it on your, like even, you know, if you did the back of your cell phone or whatever, you could do your knives, you know, you could stick it right here on your knives on both sides. And then before you walk into the woods or something or go out at night, you charge it with a flashlight. And I mean, they glow. It's like super glowing, you know, and you could take them out 30, 40 feet and sit them down and you could see that glow from where you're at. I mean, that's how bright they are, you know?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. See, little stuff like that, man, make a big difference. Like you said, you put your light down, now it's gone.
Yeah. I was in the woods one time and I actually did my tripod because it was real dark and it was not nighttime. It was like early morning and it was real dark. And I was filming one of my YouTube videos and Heidi was actually laughing at me about this, but I was filming and I was going to walk by the camera with my dog and, you know, get some footage and whatever. And I turned around. I could not find my camera or tripod anywhere. It was gone. Wow. And I looked and I stopped. I was like, all right, hold up. And I went back to where I was and then kind of looked over and I seen it. And I was like, all right, there it is. But by having those strips on there, it would have helped a lot, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, heck yeah. That's a good deal, Brandon.
Kershaw.
Hey,
how do you say that? Kershaw?
Yep.
Kershaw.
Hey, Wayne, what do you think about the Kershaw blades and the steel? I've never had good luck with Kershaw steel. I've always thought it was kind of cheap, you know, where you can get like a couple of their knives that they make, you can get cheap steel and they're easy to sharpen, but they don't hold an edge for a long time, you know? And then you have knives like cold steel that's like D2 steel, which is so damn hard to sharpen that it's miserable. But once you get it sharp, it stays sharp for like a year, you know?
So what do you look for in a knife when you go buy one?
I like D2 steel, but what is the one? My favorite is help me out, Wayne. Oh man, I can't even think what it's called right now. It's one down from D2 and it's just amazing steel. I can't even think what it's called. I'm sorry. Maybe Wayne knows what I'm talking about. CRV.
KT.
No, that's a brand of the knife.
Oh,
But the steel, there's a really good one that I like a lot. Come on, help me out, Wayne.
yeah, because you go to like Bass Pro, man. They had 600 knives. I don't know what I'm looking at.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I really want to get a fixed blade. So that's one. I got a couple, but they're fancy dancy. You got the fancy handles and stuff. I need something like a work knife, like the one you have there.
Sorry to interrupt, but so for like high toughness steel is CPM 3V, and then you have high corrosion resistance, which is CPM 20CV. There's so many different styles, you know. I would say my so S35 VN is my favorite. That's one of them that I really like. And
S35
VN, yeah. And the reason I like that, I like the high carbon steel. It'll rust, but it's high carbon because you can throw sparks off of it. It's softer, but you can put an edge on those things like where it's a scalpel, you know. Oh yeah. Check this out. So Brandon wanted me to show you this. He just got these knives.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah, they're pretty trade.
Yep. I've seen that on where I see that. I think I've seen it on TikTok or something. Somebody was showing those.
Yeah, that's where he showed me, and I was looking at them on TikTok too. But I love that the size of that knife, and like that'd be a good an everyday carry pocket knife too, you know. You want to put up what Heidi just said right there?
Oh yeah.
S30VN. S30VN is another awesome steel.
Yeah, here we go.
A2, yeah, D2, exactly. See, there you go. Wayne Reynolds was saying 830 CR MOV. That's the one I was talking about. That to me is like, oh, that's money right there.
Is it?
That's the stuff.
So I put it in my little notebook so when I go into one of these stores, I can look for them.
And so that CRKT that I used to have, that's the problem is when I broke that knife, I can't get that. They only make them in D2 now. They don't make them with the 830 CR MOV. And that's the steel that I want to try to find again. And I guess the only way is to find one is to go like on eBay and find one used. But the problem when I look on eBay is they all have serrations, and I hate serrations on my blades, man.
Really?
Because people they think it's a saw. It's not a saw, you know. That's for like cutting. Right. That's for like cutting seat belts and like synthetic materials. But I try to tell people if you have a knife that's sharp all the time, you don't have to worry about having serrations. Serrations are for people that have dull knives. That's kind of how I look at it. If you have a knife that's scalpel sharp, you'll cut through a seatbelt like butter. Maybe that's a video I could do. I have some old cars with seatbelts and stuff. I could do some seatbelt nuts to show you, what I'm talking about. That's a good video, man. That's a really good video.
Let's see. We'll look at knives. Let's see.
Yeah, exactly. They just make them not high quality, but they make them in quantity just to pump them out, Wayne.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's the truth, man. Like your gas station knives and stuff, they're okay. Some of them are pretty nice knives, but that's the problem. They say stainless steel on them, but it's just a cheap stainless steel that, they lose the edge quick. If you want something that was some really, really good quality, like if I would to pick one knife, and this will always come back to this every single time, 100 times. If I could pick one knife to go out in the woods or in an urban situation or an everyday situation, it's going to be a Mora every single time.
Really?
Because a Mora, you can get them with the high carbon and the really, really good quality steel, and they hold an edge like nothing, man. They're just, to me, that's the best knife ever. And this is a Mora right here. That's what I was talking about.
How do you spell it?
MORA. And they make them in the high carbon where you have to keep them oiled or they'll rust. And that's what you want. In my opinion, that's my opinion, man.
Let me see. I'll pull them up.
And they are scary sharp, like absolutely scalpels, right out of the box, right out of the sheath. And Mora just came out with a new one too. That's absolute beast.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the other thing is with the Moras, they're $12. They're $12 knives.
Oh,
Figure
yeah.
that out. Yeah. You can go into like these surplus stores, $12 all day long. Go on eBay, $12. And I'll put those up against a $1,000 knife any day of the week, man. And I don't care what anybody says. You can watch my videos where I try to, maybe I'll post that on here on the channel. You can watch the videos where we actually tried to break a Mora knife, and we actually were laughing. We busted that thing all to pieces. Never once broke the tip, never broke the blade. We smashed the handle, broke the handle. I mean, we tore that thing up, man. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, let's see.
See how they're oiling them?
Yeah.
Because they will rust, you know?
I think. You said they're real inexpensive too, huh?
Yeah. You know, they have expensive ones, but your basic, like that one right there is a carving knife or whatever.
Yeah. I like how it has the thick edge.
The Scandi grind. That's what I was telling you about. The Scandi grind is like the scalpels. So that one right there is a Mora. It's called a heart. Just say what it's called. Harburg or some crap. Garberg. It's a Garberg is what it's called. Yeah, that is a wicked knife, man.
Yeah.
And those ones, I think those ones are about $60.
And they got a nice. Is that like a rubber handle?
Yeah. Yep. And they don't get sticky. They never get rotted. I mean, I still have my very first Mora when I was a kid. I still have that same knife, man.
Yeah. Can you get them like at a camp store?
Oh yeah, the camping stores have all of them, and I like them because they make them in fluorescent colors, and so like if you go. So like right now I'm going on eBay just to look them up. Here you go right here. Here's a Swedish Mora, $16.95 shipped.
Hold on, let me pull you back up. Hold on. Oop. All right.
So there you go. There's a Mora. That's one of my favorite models right there. $16.95 shipped. And it comes with an ambidextrous sheath. And it locks into the sheath. And the other cool part is I've never had a Mora fall out of the sheath, and I've never had a Mora sheath fall off my belt or my belt loop or my pocket. They lock really, really hard. They got a really good lock. And a lot of people don't realize it, but I have a video. A lot of people don't realize that if you're out in the woods and you're in a situation and you're carrying a fire steel, that's not fire steel, but a fire steel, you could take the Mora sheaths and scratch them off and use the sheath itself and build up tinder. Yeah, the plastic, and then light it, and you have tinder right there with your knife. You know, yeah.
See? Another thing I wouldn't have thought of.
What's that?
That's another thing I wouldn't have thought of. It's rubber, or not rubber, but plastic, and that's
and it's impregnated with this stuff so that they're made to make. You know, they're made so you can make fire with the sheath. You know.
Nice.
Awesome knives, though.
Yeah. My wife loves knives. Every time we go somewhere, she got to get one.
Oh, you wait till she sees what we're sending her. Yeah, that's all right. It'll be a surprise, man.
Yeah, sweet.
The Adamas. Oh yeah, that's Edge of Eternity. Bill Cameron was just saying, have you checked out the Adamas? That's a radical knife right there. Yes, I have. I need some paracord to relace my boots. I just bought a whole bunch, but I should send you some. That's the other thing too, is like the paracord now is they're making 7-strand paracord and one of the wires inside. So you have 7 strands of paracord, and then each one of those pieces of paracord, you can strip those down to, I think each one of those is 5 pieces of thread, which you could use to sew yourself up. Fishing string, wrapping stuff, setting traps, and then they come with fire cordage inside that, Then they have twine inside that, and then they have also a snare wire inside that. And you can get that in that little tiny paracord like this right here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what this stuff is right here. And this is that fire cord I was talking about. It has the 7 strands of paracord, and then it has twine, fire cord, and snare wire inside this right there.
Wow.
Amazing.
Now, can you get that at a camping place too, or
Yes.
you got to order it offline?
Yeah, you just got to look for it. It'll say fire cord, and then it'll say it has like a thing that it says each strand what it has in it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And but we just got a big hank of it. I mean, a big hank of it or a roll of it, whatever you want to call it. The whole hank was I think we paid $6 for it last night at that Army Navy place. Yeah.
Oh, yep. Sweet.
And that's which one is it? That's this one on my fire steel. That's this color right here. And you can see what I do is I take and burn the edges together. Mm-hmm. So I make it so I've had people pissing and moaning about this. They're like, oh, you're gonna hang yourself if you get caught or whatever. But that's made so that you can pop it apart. If there's an emergency, you can take that, and if it catches, or like if this grabs on a tree branch, if I'm falling down a cliff or something, yeah, you're gonna lose your fire steel, but you're not gonna get, hung up or whatever,
Yeah.
So you take it, melt it together, and then you can snap this apart if you need to,
Yeah, because if you tie it, then you can hang yourself.
It will hang you. Yeah, it'll mess you up. And but then if you're out in the woods and you need to make fire, you pull this fire cord off, and you pull the strand out of it, and then you fluff it up like a cotton ball, and you take your fire steel and throw one little tiny strike on it, and you got a fire, right? Boom, instantly, 20 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's sweet.
It's a sweet setup, man. That's the thing is like the technology nowadays. There's so much cool stuff you can order, but the problem is there's too cool stuff. I've seen people have bug out bags and whatever that are just like, you can't even carry the stupid bags, man. There's 300 pounds of crap in them,
Yeah, you got to leave it.
Yeah, and I like to carry all my stuff on me, but at the same time, I have I double it up, so I have stuff in my bug out bag also. That way, if I get separated from my bag, I got my knife, my fire steel, my flashlight, everything's on me right now.
Right.
And you guys all know I carry this stuff 24/7. I always have it with me. I have it in my pajamas, man. Because like I said, you never know. I've been locked out of the house. It's been 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 40 below zero in Minnesota, and 5 o'clock it's pitch black and 40 below outside. You need a flashlight and a fire steel if something happens, or a knife, or I got my crescent wrench. I'll take the hinges off the door of the house to get in, or you never know, man.
What would be? I'm sitting here thinking. I'm looking at my sweatshirt. Switch out your ties with paracord
and your shoelaces.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
And then on your keychain, a lot of times you'll see people do like Cobra weave things for your keychains.
Yeah, I got one right here.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I thought I had it over there, but yeah,
or like those survival bracelets, with your watch bands or whatever. I've had belts before in the past, and I just was like, I don't need all that crap on me. I try to simplify my stuff all the time, and less is more is less kind of thing.
Yeah. Which I used to wear the bracelet all the time. Paracord bracelet.
Yep. But that's the thing is like I think people get to where they don't want to wear it anymore, and it's like the day you take it off is when you need it.
Yeah.
What is it? You like wash your car and then it rains?
Yeah, that's it too.
I got the butt flap PJs. You guys do those Cobra weave bracelets? What? Oh, I got to talk to you about that, man.
Who does that?
Midnight Customs, Brandon and Mo.
Oh, okay.
Cane Onion belt sharpener. Belt sharp. Oh yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I have one of those belt sharpeners. It might be the same one, but those are pretty trick. They work nice.
So I'm trying to figure out when I make belts, I make my leather belts, to maybe do something where people can add something to sharpen the knives if they're out on the.
Well, I've showed you like the videos or told you about it. Like on my belt, I have sharpening compound on the inside. So I can strop my Mora knives and stuff. Like when I'm out in the woods, I'll strop my knife real quick if I need it sharpened. So, because you have a leather belt, you can strap your knife with it.
Yeah.
But I'd like to have, because nobody makes them. I mean, maybe they do, but I'd like to have belts that have inside spots that you could shove stuff in and hide it, where you don't know what's, you know what I mean? Because you always have your belt on you, man.
Yeah, I made a couple of those for a guy. He was going out of the country and he wanted to hide his money.
Yeah.
So I made some belts with compartments in the zippers.
Yeah, because I've seen people where they have like, they carry their money in hidden spots on themselves, and then they have like in their back pocket they'll carry a wallet with a bunch of fake, it's got like their names and stuff on them, but they're all fake credit cards and fake whatever, junk. Where when somebody robs them and they take off, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't even think I'm going to let them have my fake wallet if that was the case.
they got to work for it, huh?
Oh yeah. Who's this Honest Peyton Yahoo?
Honest Peyton.
It's Chad.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. What's up, brother?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to hear what other people do, man, because you can learn a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made a really cool set of, and then I'll see if I can find the video because that'd be another one that I'd like to put on this channel. But I made a really neat set of snowshoes and also my snow boots. I set them up with survival kits in the snowshoes and the boots, the snow boots.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, if you're out in the woods and, something happens and you get yourself in a predicament, well, if you forgot something or whatever, I mean, you got that backup where you have a kit on you at all times, And did you know that snowshoes are the ones that are made out of aluminum? Did you know that's magnesium?
No.
Yeah, you could scratch those snowshoes that are aluminum. You can scratch them and then throw a spark in them and start a fire. That's why they're made like that.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I know that.
Yeah. Okay. So next time you're snowshoeing, you need to make a fire. There you go.
I'm going away from the snow, bro. I don't want to see snow ever.
Oh no, the Hey Dudes are. Oh yeah, I got to make me some Hey Dudes with fire deals on them, Wayne.
I got a pair of Hey Dudes. I never wore them yet. They're in the box. I need to break them out.
I would never wear Hey Dudes.
I got a set.
You guys should see the shirt he made me. It says Arco Dudes or something like that. And it's got a pair of Hey Dudes on it. It's funny, man.
They're comfortable. I tried them on. Yeah, I tried them on once, and I was like, okay. I keep forgetting I have them though.
Yep. Bill just said heated shoes. Hey, a lot of people put those hand warmers in their shoes, Bill.
Yeah. I was gonna say that. I've done it, and in my gloves.
Man, I've been out in the woods before, and I've like bent over like by the fire or something and touched my knees when it was like 30 below. Touched my knees on the ground. Woo, man! You want to talk about painful? That hurts.
Yeah.
You go to get up, and it's like, oh, your knees let you know it, man. Yes, she says you are wearing some right now. What about where'd that go? Midnight Customs survival idea. What about stop moving? Car breakdown in the winter and get help situation. Can you put that up? Yeah. Survival idea. What about car breakdown in the winter and get help situation?
Well, here's something that you can do. Me breaking down in a bus and on the freeway and cars coming by, man. So you got to start thinking of ways to let people know you're really stranded in there. You know what I mean? So if you're in a car, you can put something on the inside of your trunk lid. You can put a light there, one of those magnet lights, or reflectors. Like go crazy, put a whole bunch of reflectors all over your trunk lid on the inside. So if you open your trunk, then when they're coming, they can see something really standing out. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're talking about on your bus, like open the trunk up? Is that what you're saying?
Well, if you're in a car, you can do it in your car. But on my bus, I got the Jeep that I'm pulling behind it. So I think I might do something on the back of the Jeep where if I got to open it up, to really light the area up. You know what I mean?
That's a good idea, man. You put your trunk up with a whole bunch of even with the reflective tape on there. That when they're coming up.
Go
They can
crazy
see
on it.
But you can put your hazards on your light, your Jeep too, right?
Yeah, but man, people are stupid, man. They come by you, don't move over. It's crazy.
They are dumb.
I want to do something that really stands out to make them really look and see what's going on. You know what I mean?
What does Foothill Mo say right here?
Wait, which one?
Something about what do you carry in your car?
For the idea for that.
Native 30 tightening, brass air fittings. Oh yeah, I bet that hurt, Brandon. What do you carry in the car? I actually have some videos on that. Not only do I always carry my bug out bag with me all the time in every car. And even if I was to forget my bug out bag, Heidi has her bag in the car also in all of our vehicles. Mm-hmm. And what I always carry would be, especially in Minnesota, is going to be extra hats, gloves, jackets, blankets, because of the cold, obviously. And that's even in the summertime, not just in the winter, but even in the summertime, because here it could be, 60 degrees and then dip down to 30 in the middle of the night, and you're going to get hypothermia. I mean, that's not much, but honestly, 30 degrees, a 30 degree difference is, you can get hypothermia quick. I always carry a toolkit in my car, jumper cables, antifreeze, oil, can of Fix-A-Flat. I have lots of videos on that, actually, different stuff that I carry in my cars, the vehicles or whatever. And, in the bag, obviously it's going to be a survival kit and whatever. Ways to keep yourself warm is really, really important to me, man. Like, especially like Heidi has a son that's autistic, he's handicapped. And if we, a lot of times we're traveling home and it's 30, 40 below zero or whatever. Obviously when it's 40 below zero, that's past that suicide point. You don't travel unless you absolutely have to. But if we're coming home down Highway 6 and hit a moose or something happens, you got to look at it like this. Like, okay, you might get a flat tire. You're in a bad situation. You're on the side of the road. Your car has gas in it. You're running. Now put that same scenario where your family's coming home. God forbid this doesn't happen. And a cow, a horse, a moose, a deer walks out in front of you. A bear. We just hit a bear a while back. Heidi did, and totaled the car. A bear walks out in front. You total your car. You have antifreeze and oil and everything all over the highway. You have your hazard lights on. It's 30 below zero. You better start figuring some way to heat that car quick. And if you have a bug out bag, you got ways to make fire in a coffee can. And maybe I'll have Heidi do some videos on that to show you guys what she's talking about. Absolutely brilliant. It's a candle and a coffee can to heat up the whole inside of the car. Because Chase being handicapped, you can't have him, hey buddy, come on, we're going to walk down the road. It's 30 below zero. It ain't going to happen. You're not going to get him out of the car. He's going to be flipping out. He's going to be pissed off. He's going to be stressed and scared. The whole family's going to be stressed and scared, and there's been times where we've come home from I'd say like Grand Rapids, Deer River, International Falls, whatever, and went all the way home at 3:00 in the morning and never saw one vehicle. So if something happens like that, I mean, and you got no cell service, you can't call a cop, you can't call an emergency deal. You're screwed. You're out there in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, you got to maintain for yourself.
Yeah, you better have ways of heating. To me, and like I teach that in my survival classes, most number one important thing is always fire. I don't care. And fire is heat, fire is light, fire is signal, fire, you can boil water, you can cook food. I mean, it's everything, man. And that's why, I always carry fire steels and lighters and everything with me 24/7,
Yeah.
So that was a really good question, by the way.
And that stuff's cheap too. Like when you go to one of those camping stores, you can pick up that stuff, fire steel, $2.
There you go. Perfect example right there.
Yeah, so pick that stuff up when you go to those stores. Even you can find some of that stuff at the dollar store. You know what I mean? Little stuff.
And to be honest, it used to be the fire steels like at Harbor Freight and stuff. ways to make fire used to be cheap Chinese garbage. And honestly, even the cheap ones now are really high quality. I've got some that they've sent me that were like, YouTube deals where they send them to me, or I bought them for 99 cents just to do videos on them. And they're just as good as my Light My Fire steel that I carry on my neck. And they are really, really high quality, So, I mean, it doesn't take much to get a fire started. That's one of the other things, Louis, I was going to talk about is getting lost in the woods. People need to know how to make a fire. I've seen people holding lighters on a log, sitting there for 10 minutes trying to light it. I'm like, really?
And here's a warning, not a warning, but a suggestion. Don't ever do your fire thing in the house, because it will throw a flame across the room and light something on fire, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Heidi's a firebug.
Oh yeah, she is, man.
All right, well, we've been on for an hour. It was a good one. Anybody in the chat that, like I said, go to our website, and you can, send messages to us, or even on YouTube, you can message us. And if you have any ideas or anything you want us to try to look for, things like that. As soon as we get settled out west, we'll be at courtside for the winter. So I'm going to set up my leather company and start doing all my leather stuff. And I'll have more time to do videos and stuff, for the urban side of it.
Sweet.
So after SEMA, we're going this week here will be SEMA, and then after that we'll be chilling.
Man, I want to go to SEMA so bad.
Hey, catch you a plane.
I don't go on planes, man. I go on planes, bad things happen.
Yeah. Right, everybody. We appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Please tell all your friends that we're doing this, man, because we want to make this a popular thing that, to help people be able to survive on all situations.
And hopefully all you guys are subscribed, and I really appreciate everybody showing up tonight.
Yeah. All right, so we'll be back in 2 weeks with some more chitter chat.
Awesome. Thanks, you guys. Have a good night.
All right, everybody. Have a good night. Thank you.